Hello and welcome back to Joe's Math Tools. In our session today, we are solving another algebraic equation involving fractions. And if you're ready, let's get started. In our question today, we're going to begin by first finding our LCD for 5 and 2. And in looking at our multiples of 5 and 2, we know that the lowest common multiple they have in common is 10. So we're going to change our fractions to a denominator where all of our fractions have a denominator of 10. So let's start with our first fraction. So 5 when multiplied times 2 is equal to 10. So that means that when we multiply 2 times 3g, it will give us 6g. And we know that with 2, when it's multiplied to 5, it's equal to 10. So that means when g is multiplied to 5, we're going to get 5g. And with our 11, since it has a denominator of 1, this will be multiplied to 10. And 11 times 10 is 110. Okay, so now let's get rid of our denominators and begin to solve our equation. So 5g plus 6g will equal to 11g, which is equal to 110. And now we're dividing both sides of our equation by 11. And remember that we always divide by the coefficient. That's the number that's with our variable. So our 11s will cancel, leaving us with g. And when 11 divides into 110, we're going to get 10. So my g is equal to 10. Let's check our answer. So we just said that g is equal to 10, which means that everywhere that g appears in our equation, we're now going to be substituting it with the number 10. Okay, so 3 times 10 is equal to 30. We have 35th being added to 10 halves equal to 11. And for this method, usually I would find the LCD, but I'm going to work a little different. I'm going to simplify my fractions. So 5 divided by 5 is 1. 30 divided by 5 will equal to 6. So I now have 6. 2 divided into 2 is 1. And when 2 divides into 10, that's equal to 5. So I know that 6 plus 5 is equal to 11. So when both sides of our equation are equal to the same thing, that means that my g equals 10 is the correct answer for our equation. So with this question, there is another way you could have worked it out. You could have still decided to find the LCD. You know, at this point, we could have still found our LCD, which again would have equaled 10. And we know that when multiplying everything by 10, well, rather looking at this step, since everything is worked out, we know that we'd be multiplying 30 times 2. Since we know that 5 times 2 is equal to 10, which would have given us 60. I remember all of this is still over 10. And then adding that to my 10 halves, where our 10 will be multiplied by 5, because we know that when we multiply 2 times 5, that is equal to 10, which would have equaled to 50. And with our 11, since it has a denominator of 1, this would have also been multiplied to 10, which would have equaled to 110. And we know that when 60 is added to 50, it is equal to 110. So remember that with these type of questions, even though we're going to get different answers because of the different method we may use to work out the question, the important thing is to remember that when you solve this question, especially with using the correct steps, as long as both sides of those equations equal to the exact same number, then you know that your answer, which we got in this case, is g equals 10, is the correct solution for your equation. Okay, so I hope this was very helpful to you. I know it's been a bit quick, it's short and sweet, but that just goes to show you that regardless of how hard these questions look, their steps are always easy as long as you apply your rules for fractions. Okay, so until next time, this is Joe's Math Tools, where we make math easy.